If a human being allows their inner spiritual inclinations to overcome superficial and material tendencies, they will experience the fullness of life and its sweetness. A society built on spiritual values can transform the world into a paradise. This is not mere wordplay or poetic expression. If someone has not felt the beauty of religion, it means they have not yet come to know it. One who has tasted the pleasure of faith will never fall into arrogance and self-satisfaction. If worship brings pleasure and comes easily to someone, they do not boast about it. Conversely, if religion feels burdensome to an individual, worship becomes a heavy load, and they regard their own devotion as a great sacrifice. The greatest tragedy of those who commit crimes or violence under the guise of religion, accusing others of disbelief and taking lives, is their inability to find joy in religion. It is as though religion turns their lives into poison in this world to make the hereafter sweet for them. This approach compels them to poison others' lives under the pretext of religion. On the other hand, irreligiosity, which makes worldly life appear decorated, poses a separate threat. The essence of irreligiosity is to exaggerate and embellish the world beyond what it is. Irreligiosity promotes an illusion rather than the reality of the world, aiming to overshadow faith. What binds us to the world is not its real value, but our fantasy about it. In the Quran, Allah says about the peoples of Ad and Thamud, and Ad and Thamud, which is clear to you from their ruined dwellings, Satan made their deeds appealing to them and averted them from the right way, although they were a people of perception. Surah Al-Ankabut, verse 38. This means that one of the main reasons humans distance themselves from Allah and turn toward materialism is their tendency to see the material world as more beautiful and alluring than it truly is. Deceiving people with the illusion of the material world is one of Satan's primary methods. When a person loses their sense of reality and or undervalues something, they fall into degradation. Losing touch with reality is akin to being incompetent in life. Today, there is a vast difference between the real world and the world as it is presented. People are deceived by the advertisement of the world, not the world itself. All modern scientific achievements and technologies, rather than serving humanity, seem directed at distorting humanity's view of the world. Instead of guiding humanity toward genuine progress, science appears to direct us toward the illusion of progress. In the 21st century, we deceive ourselves into thinking we are progressive, yet in essence, we are no more advanced than our predecessors. Following global propaganda, we chase after imaginary pleasures and forget reality. Even the supreme value we understand as freedom often becomes a fantasy. We choose perceptions of reality over reality itself, imitating freedom rather than genuinely achieving it. This is what worldliness is. The struggle against the self is fundamentally about restoring a sense of reality. Yes, the world is beautiful and valuable like everything God created, but it's not ideal. Religion should not deny the beauty of the world, but rather present it as the prelude to an even more perfect and beautiful realm. Religion must make the world beautiful, so that the beauty of the hereafter becomes evident. We mistakenly pit materialist thought against religion with the argument that the world is bad, but the hereafter is good. We incorrectly assume that worldly suffering guarantees afterlife happiness. An even bigger mistake is attempting to scientifically prove this reasoning to others. People need practical examples, not theoretical discussions. When the unadorned logic of religion is contrasted with the appealing models of irreligiosity, people gravitate toward materialism and self-interest. Materialist thinking calls out that the world is beautiful, and we remain captivated by the materialist world, longing for it, yet merely respond with, "The hereafter is even better." This is the answer of the weak, those who don't enjoy religion. Because religion can not only provide paradise in the afterlife, but it also has the power to turn the world with all its imperfections into paradise. This must be demonstrated not just theoretically, but also practically. Each individual must begin by transforming their own life into a paradise. Muslims as a community should direct all their efforts in this direction. The modern believer also wants to be deceived by the world's illusion. They are inclined toward the world presented to them, but are unable to admit it due to their mindset. They try to suppress their worldly desires with fantasies of houris in heaven. As a result, such individuals either fall for the world's advertising and adopts materialist thinking, or they suffer psychological breakdowns, turning into extremists who unleash their frustration on others. However, a person, while naturally inclined toward truth, must also find joy in this position. About this in the next episode.